The UK political scene has been set ablaze, and the flames are licking at the very foundations of the Labour Party. Keir Starmer, the man tasked with steering Labour into power, has just delivered a spectacle that will haunt him for years, a live television implosion that wasn't just a misstep but a catastrophic unravelling. This wasn't a minor gaffe or a poorly timed quip. This was Starmer, the supposed steady hand, crumbling under the spotlight, leaving viewers stunned and his party reeling. The nation watched as a man who wants to be Prime Minister fell apart, and the fallout is nothing short of seismic. The stage was set for what should have been a routine interview, a chance for Starmer to flex his leadership credentials and reassure a skeptical public. Instead, what unfolded was a masterclass in self-destruction. From the opening moments, Starmer looked rattled. His usual polished demeanor was nowhere to be found. His answers, meant to project confidence, were a jumbled mess, disjointed, evasive, and at times incoherent. As the interviewer pressed on issues like the economy, immigration, and public services, Starmer's frustration boiled over. His voice cracked, his hands flailed, and his eyes darted as if searching for an escape. By the halfway mark, he was visibly unraveling, a man drowning in his own words. Producers in the studio, caught off guard, exchanged panicked glances as the train wreck unfolded in real time. What made this moment so damning wasn't just Starmer's delivery, it was the substance. In his flustered state, he let slip contradictions that have handed his opponents a loaded gun. He backtracked on key Labour policies, admitting that some of his campaign promises, once heralded as the cornerstone of his vision, are now unrealistic. The admission was a gift to his critics, who've long accused him of overpromising and underdelivering. Nigel Farage was quick to pounce, firing off a post on X with a clip of the meltdown and a scathing caption. "This is the man who wants to run the country." Conservative MPs piled on, with one calling it political suicide on live TV. Even within Labour, the whispers are growing louder. Some MPs are openly questioning whether Starmer has what it takes to lead them into the next election. The public's reaction has been merciless. Social media erupted, with hashtags like #StarmerMeltdown and #LabourCollapse trending within minutes. Clips of the interview spread like wildfire, racking up millions of views as viewers dissected every stammer, every awkward pause. "I've backed him for years, but this was excruciating," one disillusioned supporter posted. Another was blunter. "If he can't handle a tough interview, how's he going to handle running the country?" The sentiment is echoed across comment sections and forums, where even Starmer's staunchest defenders are struggling to spin this disaster. The internet, as always, is unforgiving, and this moment is already cemented as a low point in Labour's recent history. The media has been relentless, splashing headlines like "Starmer crumbles" and "Labour in crisis" across front pages. News channels have turned the clip into a loop, analysing every grimace and stumble like forensic evidence. Political pundits are calling it one of the worst live TV moments for a party leader since Nick Clegg's tuition fee debacle. The timing couldn't be worse. With an election on the horizon, Labour needed Starmer to project strength and unity. Instead, he's handed his rivals a narrative they'll wield like a sledgehammer. Labour's leader is weak, unsteady, and unfit for the top job. Inside Labour, the mood is one of panic. Insiders report that the party's campaign team is in full crisis mode, holding emergency meetings to stem the bleeding. Some advisors are urging Starmer to retreat from the public eye and regroup, while others insist he needs to face the fire head-on with a bold, unapologetic response. But the damage is done. In politics, moments like this don't fade, they are weaponized. That clip will be replayed endlessly, a permanent stain on Starmer's record. Voters who saw him falter will struggle to see him as the commanding figure Labour needs to unseat the Conservatives. This isn't the first time Starmer's been accused of buckling under pressure. Critics have long pointed to his lack of charisma, his tendency to fumble when grilled. Supporters have dismissed these as minor hiccups, but this meltdown has given ammunition to those who see a pattern. Is Starmer simply not cut out for the brutal scrutiny of a national campaign? The question is no longer hypothetical, it's dominating the discourse. Rumours are already swirling about potential leadership challenges within Labour. While a full-blown coup may not be imminent, the knives are out, and Starmer's allies are scrambling to shore up support before dissent snowballs. This disaster also exposes the brutal reality of modern politics. The 24/7 news cycle and the relentless churn of social media leave no room for error. Every misstep is magnified, every weakness exposed. Starmer's years of careful image building, his lawyerly precision, his measured tone, have been obliterated by one bad day. The public doesn't forgive easily, and the internet never forgets. Whether he can claw his way back depends on his ability to rebuild trust, not just with voters but with a party that's now questioning his viability. The stakes are colossal. Labour has been desperate to position itself as a government in waiting, ready to capitalise on public frustration with the Conservatives. But Starmer's collapse has thrown that narrative into chaos. If he can't steady the ship, this could mark the beginning of the end for his leadership. The coming days will be critical. Will he double down, deflect, or deliver a mea culpa? Will Labour rally behind him, or will cracks in the party widen? The answers will shape not just Starmer's future but the entire trajectory of the Labour Party. For now, the political world is watching, waiting for the next move. This story is far from over, and its ripples will be felt for months. Starmer's meltdown has exposed vulnerabilities that can't be ignored, and in the cutthroat arena of politics, vulnerabilities are blood in the water. One thing is certain: the road to number 10 just got a lot rockier for Keir Starmer.